Hello there, beautiful, and welcome back to The Dark Alchemist. In today's reading, I'm going to channel a message for the collective, and we're going to see where our guides want to take us today. Before I hop into the reading, I do have one announcement to make though, and I'm going to make it short and sweet. I have decided to split my channel. So the channel that you're watching this reading on right now will continue to hold all of the tarot readings. And I have made a second channel that will hold all of my Reiki videos and any other meditations that I will record or nurturing energy healing kind of practices. I've made that decision because I know that a lot more of you, of my subscribers, are interested in tarot than you are in Reiki, which is completely fine. But for me, it means that anytime that I make a Reiki video and it goes out to all of my subscribers first, not a lot of you click on it. And that prevents that Reiki video from reaching a broader audience. So basically, the people that are really into Reiki and on YouTube aren't really able to find my videos because of that, because it never hops into their recommended, if that makes sense to you. So for that reason, I'm splitting the channel. But I will say that the general structure of my work will stay the same. So I will do a tarot reading, and then based on that, some kind of healing resource. And because I can link it from channel to channel, it's really not a big difference for you. But anyway, if you're one of the people that is super into Reiki, please hop over and subscribe. I already have one video waiting there for you, and then tomorrow there will be a new Reiki video coming out, depending on whatever messages want to come through here today. All right. That was longer than anticipated, but you know I like to yap. All right. We're gonna hop into the reading now. I pre-shuffled the decks for us today, and let's just take one deep breath in and out to get centered, and then we're gonna get started. So take a deep breath in and out. All right. So lovely, spirit guides. What message do you have for our collective today? Okay, they are already very loud. We got 5 cards coming out. 6 cards coming out. I need to correct myself. We have Inner Earth. You will survive this. New solutions and beginnings. We kind of got this perspective of being inside of the cave and looking outside. That's going to be significant. Don't know why yet. We're going to figure that one out. We have Activated Earth, Power Places, Ley Lines, Trust Where You're Led, with a stone circle that you see here. And then we have this beautiful Welsh word that I have no idea how to pronounce. I look it up every time, and every time I forget. Hirith. It's the Welsh word for longing for home, or the Welsh word for being homesick. I know that much. Longing for home, homesick for the stars. This is one part of the message, because these 3 came out together. They create one meaning, basically. And then we have Cracked Open, Rock Bottom, Surrender to the Alchemy of Life, with the light body emerging. We have You Are Not Alone, Isolation, Physical Connection, and Community. And I feel like highlighting that these 2 are not touching. They are connected through energy. So even though we may all feel isolated in our physical communities right now. We are energetically connected and we are also moving closer. Okay. And then we have surrender to the sweetness, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. Okay, I'm gonna put this one over here. Give me a moment. Right now, you may feel like you are completely alone. Very isolated, feeling like you're the only one who sees or feels the way that you do within a 100-mile radius. You feel lonely and you feel isolated because we have been spread out all over this globe, strategically placed like anchors for light to bloom and blossom. There is a shift happening on Earth. We are in eclipse season right now. From the moment that I'm channeling this message, there was the first eclipse happening yesterday on the full moon in September 2025. And we have another eclipse coming up in 2 weeks' time, a new moon eclipse. This one was a full moon eclipse. And there is a very accelerated shedding taking place right now. This feeling of isolation, of sitting in your cave all by yourself and receiving these particular activations, these particular upgrades through your body. There's a very strong connection to the physical body and the changes of your physical body. And it goes beyond an activation of your light body. It's an integration of your light body that's happening. You might even feel particular kinds of particular kind of aching in different parts of your body, or some other kind of disruption. Maybe you're usually someone who sleeps very well and right now you're not sleeping very well, or you feel intuitively that you want to make changes to the way that you eat, for example, that you nourish yourself. And this is because the light that you have been born into, the light that you were already holding since the moment that you were born, has accumulated more and more with each activation throughout your lifetime. And everything that got stirred up, like this giant pot, everything that came up to the surface, you have dealt with. You have healed what needed to be healed. You have integrated what needed to be integrated. And now, because of that, you are holding so much light inside of your body that your physical body needs to change to fit this new human that you are. And that's where these physical symptoms come from, these physical changes. When I speak about these physical changes, please know that in some cases, it might be good to go to a physician and get things checked out, because these physical changes are also highlighting certain sensitivities that you might have, a unique way that your nervous system may be set up that needs some medical attention. It's not something for you to be very worried about or be scared of. It's just an underlying question of how can I support my body in the best way moving forward. So that's where potentially seeing a physician or seeing a registered dietitian or anything or anyone else that's going on for you, maybe someone who is a sleep therapist, whatever is happening on your end, that might be beneficial for you. So even though all of these changes are taking place or have this spiritual source, they are being moved now into the physical realm. They are manifested. Manifest energy. You can taste, see, feel, touch, hear it. It's present. This integration of the light is happening on a global scale. This being cracked open, this imagery that you see here, is happening for everybody on some level. For some people, it is more potent than for others, but you might even find that people that you previously thought you were never able to connect with start to, in subtle ways, change their behavior, change their patterns of behavior, change their views, change their stance, change their perspective, their way of being, their way of showing up. And it's a magnificent transformation that's taking place all over. You, as you're watching this, have been on this kind of journey for a long time now. Your light integration has made you feel, and like light activations that you've been through have made you feel so isolated and so lonely for such a long time that you were intuitively feeling like you can't really connect with the people around you, or it's difficult to put this energy into words for me, because I feel like any word that I could use to describe that kind of energetic difference is not enough, and it almost feels rude when I try to depict it, because let me see if I can try and maybe describe that. The kind of energetic dissonance that you've been feeling with a lot of people around you, and particularly, I'm going to say, with the interests and the topics of conversation, the views on life with the general masses, or maybe with the majority of people. I think I'm going to land here, okay? I hope you know what I mean. This kind of energetic dissonance has left you feeling so lonely and so isolated, and made you feel like you don't belong here. Made you feel like you are one with the stars, and only the stars, or only when you return to the stars, would you be able to feel community again? Would you be able to feel connected again? Would you feel at home again? And the message that the guides are bringing through here is that this is, on the one hand, a limiting belief that you were invited to look into. Just have a look at how many people are watching this video. Whenever you're stumbling upon it, or anytime that you're watching or you're checking out the comments, every single person that is here and that is still listening to this message right now is resonating with that energy, which already means that you are not alone here, if you want to talk about this from a more logical perspective. And that limiting belief, you can have a look at this, look at your relationships. And the very clear message here is that through this kind of integration, you see here, when we look at this, it's that the inner becomes the outer, right? The outer mask, that outer layer is being shed for all of us, so that the light body will be the thing that you see when you look at another person. When you meet another person, the light body will be front and center. That soul essence is front and center now. We are all called into showing up as our most authentic selves in all of the ways that we feel called to do, even and especially if it makes other people uncomfortable. There's also a reckoning of saying the thing that needs to be said, even if it makes others uncomfortable, even if it makes you uncomfortable. But if that's the truth for you, then it's important to express that. It's like we are collectively, and I include myself in this here, yeah? So don't think that I'm just delivering the message, I'm part of this collective too. We are collectively coming out of the cave. And when you look at this, you see that there are houses back here. Let me have a look. Yeah, you see all of these lights here. There's a whole village. There's a whole village already present, and we will be able to come together in physical community. This sense of longing for the stars, longing for home, will be fulfilled by us meeting in the physical. This isolation here, yeah, the gap, it's closing. We are coming into physical connection with one another. You will meet new people in your life that are on a similar vibration as you are, even if maybe in the very, very beginning you're not recognizing them. Because the thing is, it's a different kind of frequency. You're not used to meeting people with that frequency. So there is a short period where you are not fully recognizing it. You just know it feels good and it feels right. And that's why you continue meeting up with them or continue to connect with them. That's where the curiosity stems from. And as we are moving into this physical connection with one another, the physical community gets built. And this longing for the stars that you feel and that you have felt for so long is shifted towards understanding that the stars, that you're longing for the stars, is you just longing for the community and you being able to find that star community in physical form here on Earth. You're not the only one incarnated with that specific soul mission that you have. There are many others. And moving forward in the next decade, we will come together, meet, and we will build together. We came here to build, and we will come together and build. And whether that building is on a big scale, making big changes, big systematic changes, or whether those changes are on a much smaller level, the way that you live your own life, the way that you set up your own life, the way that you are holding this frequency, this space within your family, with your children, with your partner, with your spouse, with your extended family, with your friends, with your other loved ones, with your pets, the animals, the nature. This is not something that will be finished within a month. This is a process that will take a couple of years. It's a gradual process of us coming together, but you can expect someone to come in, at least one person, relatively soon. At the same time, there is a very strong message about regulating your nervous system. You see here a surrender to the sweetness. Pleasure, joy, make love to life. There is a slowing down, which seems pretty ironic considering that from an energetics perspective, what's going on in not only this month or like for the coming month, but overall over the next decade, the outside world is going to speed up more and more. Things are going to happen faster and faster and faster. You are invited to slow yourself down, to allow your nervous system to regulate, to allow yourself to rest, to allow yourself to take your time. You are allowed to take your time. You are allowed to let things unfold. You are allowed to wait for the inspiration to create. There is a shift in the way that you show up in the world. From a place of centeredness, with ease, and at the end of the day, when it comes to noticing pleasure or experiencing pleasure, noticing joy, experiencing pleasure, these are times when you are fully absorbed in the present moment, where you're allowing yourself to be present, to be here, and to fully feel everything that's going on in that moment of experiencing pleasure. Whether you are kissing your loved one or eating a delicious piece of cake, whatever it may be, it's being fully absorbed and fully present with the senses. And in order for you to be fully present, it requires a certain sense or a certain amount of slowness. And if you look back on your life journey so far, you'll notice that the big changes that have taken place, the big discoveries that you've had about yourself have taken their time. There were tidbits here and there along your journey that were opening up your perspective, opening up your eyes to that truth. It's just like this river that's flowing. Like you are on this river, and this river has a certain current to it. There's a certain speed that the stream has. And there's nothing that you can do to make the stream go faster, and there's nothing that you can do to slow the stream down. It's about surrendering to the speed of that stream, to that stream of your life, allowing yourself to be taken with the current, having a wonderful time as best as you can along the way. Meeting these new people is going to feel especially sweet after feeling parched for so long. And the most beautiful part about meeting these new people is going to be that you have created and are creating a life that feels right for you. Your discernment is very strong. You know what it's like to feel disconnected, which means that you are able to recognize how it feels like when you are truly connected. You have decided to not settle for any less than you deserve, which is true soul connection. I feel some of you shifting in your seat being a little uncomfortable with what I just said. And some of you may have had one or two people pop into the forefront of your mind as I was speaking, where you're like, I don't really feel connected to them. Well, we're in eclipse season. It's an invitation for you to look at that relationship and investigate, why are you uncomfortable with that person? What about your relationship doesn't make sense to you? What about it doesn't feel aligned? And maybe it's something that can be resolved. Maybe there's a relationship pattern there that can be resolved, and maybe it's time to shift away from that relationship. I'm not here to make a decision for you. I'm just here to let you know that if you feel this discomfort, ask yourself why. Investigate. Okay. This is more of an energetic reading. Let me check in and see. Do you have anything more to share? Oh, they only want me to pull two final cards. One of this, one final card, please. See, I see one and two show up. What's new? It's always the case. We got the Eight of Boons, which is the Eight of Pentacles, and you see in this particular image, this craftswoman here. She is crafting this particular thread here, right? It's like a magical kind of thread, and practice makes perfect. She's been practicing and honing her craft and is continuing to hone her craft as best as she can. And this is about the journey aspect of it all. The like flowing down the stream and working with the opportunities and the situations that present themselves as best as you can. And we have the Three of Challenges here, with this one person walking away from these two others. And we have the Enchanter's Wheel, which is the Wheel of Fortune. This is a confirmation for the last thing that I said about the relationships, how at this time your relationships are highlighted, and the decision of whether to stay or to go. I just heard relationships have run their course. It's like the soul contracts have ended a long time ago, and out of habit, out of convenience of having these people around or this person around, you have stayed in it. But you know in your heart of heart that it has run its course and the wheel is turning. The wheel is turning. I'm gonna place these two here. And then I got one last card for us today. It's an affirmation. So what closing message do you have for us, please? Okay, thank you. Oh wait, we got two. All right, we've got health. Allow me, divine, to be tender and accepting of my body, no matter what ailments I may have. May I always know it's doing the best that it can. Help me be a loving ally and friend to this sacred form. There is a message here that with all of the light that you have integrated going forward, you cannot continue living a life whilst ignoring your body. Because the energetic frequencies are, like I said in the beginning, brought into the physical form in all the different ways. In order to fully function, your body is the most important piece of that puzzle, because you cannot be here on this physical plane without your body. So find ways to improve your health. And that can be with traditional medicine, doesn't have to be, it can also be with alternative medicine or energetic medicine, whatever feels right for you. Because there is no one-size-fits-all approach when it comes to health. And then we have mistakes. Allow me to know it's okay to make mistakes. Let me always take care of the inner child so he or she or they feel loved no matter what. And I think that is such a beautiful closing message of self-forgiveness on both fronts that I'm going to close this reading. I am going to create a Reiki session for this centered around self-soothing because I feel like that's what we need right now. It's gonna come out tomorrow evening on the new channel. So when it's out, I'm gonna link it somewhere in this video right now, and you can probably also find it in the pinned comment down below. And my loves, I'm excited for what's ahead for all of us, for this journey, this integration, this connection, this coming together. And I'll see you all next week for another reading. Have a lovely rest of your week. Bye.